In today's lecture, we will discuss about the relation between elastic constant. We know that there are four elastic constant, that is Young's modulus Y, bulk modulus K, shear modulus or modulus of rigidity eta, and Poisson's ratio sigma. So we have to derive the relation between Y, K, eta and sigma. So for that, consider a unit cube of isotropic material. This is a cube made up of isotropic material. Isotropic material means which follow same properties in all possible direction. That material is called as isotropic material, or we can say shortly it's a uniform material. So this is a cube of isotropic material. On each side of the cube there are 6 faces to the cube. On each face force Fx, Fy, Fz acting on each face, each opposite face respectively. Suppose Fx, Fy and Fz be the forces acting on perpendicular forces acting on opposite faces along the outward direction. So Fx be the force acting on this face as well as on this face perpendicularly. Fy be the force acting in upward direction as well as in downward direction on opposite side, and Fz be the force acting on this side. Let us consider alpha be the increase in length per unit tension along the direction of force. Suppose we take one factor alpha. Alpha be the increase in length or change in length, per unit tension along the direction of force. Suppose we apply the force along x-axis direction, then increase in length take place along the x-axis direction. But at the same time, increase in length along the x-axis direction, but contraction produced along the y and z direction, because the volume of cube remains constant. As we increase the length in this direction, then from this direction and this direction there is a contraction. So alpha be the increase in length, per unit tension along the direction of force, and beta be the contraction produced per unit tension along the perpendicular direction of force. Along the perpendicular. समझ में आ रहा है कि what is alpha and what is beta? Alpha is the increase in length in particular direction, and beta be the contraction produced along the remaining two directions. Okay. Now consider, due to the force or space, Fx is increase in force along x direction. Increase in length along x direction is alpha into Fx. It's an increase in length along x direction. And the contraction produced in the remaining two direction, that is y and z direction. So contraction produced along y and z direction is beta Fy and beta Fz. These are the contraction produced along the y and z direction respectively. So net increase in length along x direction is given by Lx. Lx is equals to alpha Fx minus beta Fy minus beta Fz, because along Fz and Fy direction there is a contraction. So alpha Fx increase in length minus beta Fy minus beta Fz. But we know that deforming force along each direction is equal. So Fy, Fx, Fz is equals to F. So Lx can be written as alpha F, Fx can be written as F, Fy can be written as F, Fz can be written as F. So Lx can be written as alpha F minus twice beta F. 2 times, minus 2 times. So Lx can be written as alpha minus twice beta in bracket into F. F get common. But we know that it is isotropic material, so it follow equal properties in equal all possible direction. So increase in length along x direction is equals to increase in length along y direction is equals to increasing length along z direction. It is same for all direction. So Lx is equals to Ly is equals to Lz is equals to alpha into alpha minus twice beta into f. So it is increase in length along each direction if we applied the force along that direction. Now see here, increase in length is given by increase in length in each direction, that is Lx is equals to Li is equals to Lz. It is isotropic material, so increase in length in all directions are same. So Lx is equals to Ly is equals to Lz is equals to alpha minus twice beta into f. Initial length of each side is 1 because we consider the unit cube. So area of cross section of each face is 1 meter square or 1 unit square. Volume of whole volume or original volume of the cube is also 1 unit cube. So it is a unit cube. So initial length of each side is 1 unit. New length of each side of the cube, initial length is 1 and increase in length is alpha minus twice beta into f. So new volume of the cube, volume means total length square, sorry. So new volume of the cube is, volume means total length cube, L cube. So total length is 1 plus alpha minus twice beta into f, it's a whole cube. So solve this cube, a plus b whole cube. By solving this and neglecting the higher degree terms, we get 1 plus 3f alpha minus twice beta. Higher degree terms are neglected here. Higher degree terms are neglected here. Now increase in volume of the cube. Final volume minus initial volume. Initial volume is 1. So increase in volume means delta V is 3f alpha minus twice beta. So we know that volume strain means change in volume, that is a delta V upon original volume, that is V. We know that original volume is 1. Increase in volume is 3f in bracket alpha minus twice beta. So bulk modulus is given by volume stress upon volume strain. Volume stress is F by A, but here A is 1. So K is equals to F upon volume strain, that is a 3f alpha minus twice beta. F get cancelled here. So K is equals to 1 upon 3 alpha minus twice beta. Alpha get common through, so 3 alpha here in bracket 1 minus twice beta by alpha, 1 upon. This alpha is take in the numerator. So K is equals to 1 upon alpha 3, 1 minus twice beta by alpha. But 1 upon alpha is Y and beta upon alpha is sigma. Beta is, we know that beta is nothing but it is the change in diameter upon original diameter, and alpha is a change in length upon original length. So beta upon alpha is a sigma. So take this value or put this value in this equation. So K is equals to Y, 3 into 1 minus twice sigma. Taking cross multiplication, Y is equals to 3K, 1 minus twice sigma. Similarly, by solving this, we get Y is equals to twice eta 1 plus sigma. And from these two equations, we get 1 upon K plus 3 upon eta is equals to 9 by Y. So these are the three relations. First relation between Y, K and sigma, that is Young's modulus, bulk modulus and Poisson's ratio. Second relation is Y, eta and sigma, that is Young's modulus, modulus of rigidity and Poisson's ratio. And third relation is in between Y, K and eta, that is Young's modulus, bulk modulus and shear modulus of elasticity. So these are the relations between Young's modulus, bulk modulus, shear modulus and Poisson's ratio. So these are the relation between elastic constants.